So thank you, Mohammed, for not only those remarks, but also for hosting us tonight. How great would it be if we had a federal government that supported the arts? Yeah. So, all right, welcome everybody. My name is Ira Deutchman. I'm the president and co-founder of Upper West Side Cinema Center, Inc. It's the corporate nonprofit entity that somehow managed to purchase the long-shuttered Metro Theater on the Upper West Side and is now trying to create the only art house, film, and education center north of Lincoln Center. An initiative like this and an evening like this take an entire community to put together. And if I mentioned everybody that was worth thanking, we would be here all night, so I'm not going to do that. But there's a few key people I really feel like I have to thank. First of all, our founding team, which is Adeline Monzier, Stephen Cohn, and Beth Krieger. Our incredible board and all of our volunteers. I want to make special mention of a couple of people who jumped on board very, very early on, literally before we had a name, before we knew what we were doing, before we had any money in the bank. And those folks are Marty Scorsese, Kate Capshaw, and Steven Spielberg, and Sally Martell. Huge thanks to all of them. I want to thank the state of New York for their support, and in particular, the elected officials who made it happen. Governor Hochul, Senator Brad Hoylman-Siegel, who's here, and Brad, am I getting this right that it's your birthday?
Yes, it is.
Oh, there you go. So happy birthday, Brad. And Assemblyman Michael Lasher, who's over there. And a quick thank you also to City Councilman Sean Abreu, who's also over there. Sean was responsible for getting us our first programming grant, which we're going to be spending this winter. And finally, our sponsors for the evening, our owners reps, Becker and Frondorf, 107 Wine and Liquors, and once again, Villa Albertine. Thank you so much. So now to the main event. We're here to celebrate something that has the potential to be hugely uplifting. And I don't think I have to tell you how much we all need that right now. It's impossible to talk about this project without acknowledging the fact that we're going through some incredibly challenging times. When we started this endeavor, we knew that we were doing something that would fulfill several really important needs. For one thing, a need to bring back cinema to a neighborhood that desperately craves it. For a second thing, providing more venues for a more diverse array of films on the Upper West Side. Thirdly, a need to create a community hub that would reinvigorate a neighborhood. And finally, a need to save a crumbling building that had been sitting empty for 2 decades. But as it turns out, the stakes have become that much higher. As a society, we have become so polarized that the need for dialogue and for communal experiences has perhaps become the single most important imperative to help get us out of this mess. And worse yet, we have a whole generation that has never been exposed to these types of communal experiences and are more interested in interacting with their devices than with each other. I've overused Roger Ebert's famous quote, but I'm going to say it again. Movies are empathy machines. Our mission is to use cinema as a means of bringing people together, not just physically, although that's a big part of it, but also by allowing people to be exposed to other cultures and ideas, to open minds in ways that small screens only serve to narrow them. So that's why I'm so excited to be involved with this project. When we first started this journey, we had no particular location in mind. We just wanted to bring films back to the Upper West Side. But I shouldn't say back to the Upper West Side. We wanted to bring more films to the Upper West Side. Then when we heard that the old Metro Theater was potentially for sale, we literally had zero money in the bank, but we did have a business plan that was based on the success of other such institutions around the country. We created a nonprofit, and we called it Upper West Side Cinema Center. We needed to call it something, but we always knew it was a placeholder. We probably have done too good a job, actually, of promoting that name, so that's why we had to make such a big deal out of this transition. Once we'd actually managed to buy the building, it would have been easy to adopt the Metro name, but in the 20 years the theater had been closed, the Metrograph had become incredibly successful down in Chinatown, and we knew there was another theater under construction calling itself the Metro, which, by the way, just opened up this past week in Chelsea. We didn't need that kind of confusion. So it was time to come up with something else. And as you've already heard several times tonight, Upper West Side Cinema Center is a mouthful. We needed something original but iconic, something that was instantaneously memorable, but somehow felt fresh. We tried out a lot of possibilities and finally came up with something that we were truly excited about. It's actually been a lot of fun teasing everybody for so long, and I have a tendency toward maximum drama. That's the filmmaker in me. But since our mission is about the power of cinema, I'm going to actually make this announcement by showing you a film.